Hello everybody, Xander here, and I hope you guys are having a happy new year. If you hadn't seen my video talking about every book that I read in 2023, I mentioned that I was wanting to do some new feigns for the channel, and one of those feigns was to do individual book videos for every book that I finish. So I thought we could finally start. Pretty close to the end of January, to be fair. But yeah, we finally got a book to talk about, and that book is Batman Justice Buster Volume 1, a manga version of Batman by Aichi Shimizu and Tomohiro Shimaguchi, and this was released in 2023 at some point. And like I said, it's a manga version of Batman, and this is sort of another early version of Batman. He's been Batman for a few years, and he's getting help from an AI that he created called Robin, who's helping him come up with variables and also psychoanalyze some of his villains. And around this time, there's also in between Batman's story, there's also a story of a little boy who has moved to Gotham City with his uncle, and he's trying to figure out what happened to his parents. He knows that his parents are dead, but he wants to know if there's truly any foul play involved. And Batman's trying to do all he can with all these new villains popping up, such as Firefly, Killer Croc, Penguin, and the Riddler, a few others. The art is pretty good. Obviously, you gotta talk about the art when you're talking about comics and manga. It's pretty good. Gotta go a little earlier from this side because manga might be hard to see. It's hard to flip through this. It's a shorter book. But I love the designs in it. I love how they design the characters. They give people like Batman really detailed suits that feel like really modern but not too overdone, and I like that. It's an interesting idea to have Batman using an AI to help him, especially one called Robin. But it's got the basic Batman stuff to where it doesn't feel too different, but isn't exactly the same. You still got Alfred, you got Lieutenant Gordon, you got a lot of the classic Batman villains who look pretty close to the same. It's a pretty good book for Volume 1, and I hope that I can actually find more of these and this doesn't stop at Volume 1 for the US release. And I guess we'll talk about spoilers after this point, so please leave if you don't want to be spoiled. If you want to check this out, this is like $10 for the physical copy. I don't know how much it costs on something like Kindle and Comixology, but I'm sure you could find it at a better price digitally if that's your thing. So have fun. Alright, moving on to spoilers. So in the specifics of the story, Batman, of course, is still just kind of doing his usual stuff. Like every few weeks or so, he's dealing with a new villain. It's his early years, so villains are becoming new to him and not just gangsters. And there's some little stuff, like he meets up with Clark Kent early on, and Clark knows that he's Batman, and Batman knows that he's Superman. He's trying to get him to join the Justice League, which he doesn't. So there's that little bit which might play into later volumes, I would suppose. The boy, Danny, is, clearly meant to be lying low with his uncle. His uncle is up to something. You can guess from panels where he's looking a little suspicious at points. So there's definitely that. And he might have a vendetta against Bruce Wayne and the rest of Gotham's elite. And there's also a character I was surprised to see, the Joker, except he's not quite the Joker. He is called the Joker, but he is a masked vigilante like Batman. And let's see if I can get a good panel of him. Yup. That's the Joker. I can't say I'm mad at this. This is definitely an interesting take on Joker. It's interesting to see a more heroic vigilante type of version of the character. Kind of like what Telltale did for him in the one path in season 2 that you can choose, or the version of him in Crisis on in the one animated movie where the Justice League made their evil versions of themselves. I forgot what that movie's called, but he's in there for a brief bit. But he's in this, and he's also a vigilante like Batman, but he wants to simply kill villains, and Batman doesn't like that. So they do argue about that sort of stuff. But Joker does still want to help Batman. The thing that ties all of the villains together and keeps Batman going on an investigation, which is someone has hired some of these villains to try and take down Batman, and Batman tries to figure out who that is. And by the end of the story, he's interrogating the Riddler, trying to figure out who his boss is. And while the Joker is also there, they're interrupted by Deathstroke, who is there to take away the Riddler and prevent Batman from getting any info out of him, which he does. He takes Riddler away, and Batman has to continue his search for this mysterious boss. And but just before the big end, we figure out, or we see Danny going to a private investigator, and the private investigator, I'm pretty sure, is meant to be Joker unmasked, who works as a private investigator, I think. They both wear the same trench coat, and he's probably wanting to figure out if his parents were murdered. And when he gives his name, the detective figures that it's a fake name and wants him to tell him his real name, and it turns out his real name is Dick Grayson. So it is Robin, and I guess that because his parents, in a flashback before this point in the same chapter, die from a acrobatic accident. And I was thinking, wait, that's Robin. And yeah, it is. It's Dick Grayson. So it's interesting that the AI Batman now has to help him is called Robin, but I guess this kid might be Robin at some point. Not sure. We'll figure that out soon enough. And at the very end, Batman calls Lucius as he's going down to the lower levels of the Batcave, and he wants him to get something ready for him. at first it's called the Batboat, but then Bruce is like, now we're going to call it the Justice Buster, which is the reason for the title of this book. And it looks like this. It looks like well, frankly, it looks like a Metal Gear. Like Batman made a Metal Gear to stop big targets or something. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what that will be like, but we'll have to wait. Hopefully not too long. I would like to get through this. But yeah, that's the actual plot and the spoilers for Batman Justice Buster Volume 1. And if you stuck around and haven't read this and you just wanted to know what the plot is and what some of the art looks like, then I hope you were satisfied with my very basic retelling of this story. But yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope you check out some of my other stuff. And I also hope that you check out some of my other future videos talking about each and every one of the books that I will read and finish throughout the year. And that's pretty much it. I do hope you guys are sticking around and don't mind the new direction I'm going in. I'm sure some of you guys liked my reaction videos back when I did that, or some of my other stuff, but I really feel like reaction videos for me are becoming less fun, especially thinking more about the logistics and the ethics of reacting to other people's content and getting views off of that. And in terms of movie and TV reviews, I'm trying my best to get through that. I'm wanting to do a single review of the entire first season of Marvel's Echo. I watched the entire first season, but I haven't gotten to talking about it yet. I want to. And then I'll probably do the same thing with Percy Jackson, even though that wasn't released as a, single season at once sort of thing. I just didn't think to review it when it premiered, so I'll just wait till it's done and talk about it then. Other than that, I'll mostly be talking about books and stuff. So, hope you stick around. I appreciate the support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to this channel, and don't mind this face. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.